The Batman Arkham franchise is one of the best gaming franchises of all time. Rocksteady's trilogy, along with the WB Games Montreal prequel, rounds the Batman mythology in a fascinating way. But there is so much lore that the games don't cover specifically, covering the years between Arkham Origins and Arkham Asylum. Since we will probably never get any other games filling this time period, I thought I'd tell you all about it in this video. Here is everything you need to know before you play Batman Arkham Asylum. Batman Arkham: The Missing Years. After witnessing the murder of his parents, Dr. Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne as a child, Bruce swore vengeance against criminals, an oath tempered by a sense of justice. Before he would become the famous Batman, Bruce Wayne went on a multi-year journey to learn the many forms of Asian martial arts. In North Korea, Wayne found a secret Korean castle where he met the martial arts master, Kirigi. Kirigi took Bruce in as his servant and let him train with his students in Togakure Ryu, similar to Japanese ninjutsu. Wayne learned the ways of the Shadow Warrior, devoted himself to an ideal, learned patience, agility, deception, theatrics, and the power to fight 600 men, and finally, how to use fear. Kirigi wanted to test Wayne in several deadly trials in hand-to-hand combat and stealth, until eventually, Wayne fought Kirigi's best student, Shiva.
I am impressed, and I am really impressed.
Kirigi also stated that he would be given the information he sought. Bruce later returned to Gotham to become the new persona, Batman. We fast forward, and now Bruce has been Batman for almost 2 years.
You do realize it is Christmas Eve, sir?
And he intervenes in a jailbreak at Blackgate Prison, led by the Black Mask, who executes Police Commissioner Loeb and escapes. Left to battle the hired assassin killer Croc, Batman prevails, but learns that Croc is the first of 8 of the world's deadliest assassins in Gotham City, vying to claim a $50 million bounty placed on Batman's head by the Black Mask. Hoping to learn Black Mask's location, Batman tracks down the Penguin to his ship. There, he defeats the assassin's electrocutioner with ease, but then he goes toe-to-toe with the assassin that he claims to be the most difficult physical opponent he's ever faced, Deathstroke.
What are you?
Batman learns from the Penguin that Black Mask was supposedly murdered at an apartment complex. Batman investigates the murder scene, learning that the victim was not Black Mask at all, and that the murder may have involved a criminal known only as the Joker. Needing more information to solve the case, Batman breaks into the GCPD to access its National Criminal Database. While escaping, he encounters Captain James Gordon, who is distrusting of Batman, and the corrupt SWAT team who hope to collect the bounty money for themselves. Following advice from Gordon's daughter, Barbara, Batman enters the sewers beneath the GCPD for permanent access to the database, and finds Black Mask's crew planting explosives. Using the database, Batman deduces that Black Mask was kidnapped by the Joker, presumably to access the Gotham Merchant's bank. At the bank, Black Mask removes his disguise for Batman and reveals himself as the Joker.
You hired the assassins. You've been running Sionis' operation.
Well, technically it's my operation now.
Batman chases the Joker to the Sionis steel mill, where he frees Black Mask and defeats the poisonous assassin, Copperhead. Tracking the Joker to the Gotham Royal Hotel, Batman discovers that the villain and his men have filled the hotel with explosives, murdered the staff, and taken the guests hostage. The Joker berates the assassins for their failure to kill Batman, throwing Electrocutioner out a window to his death, which leads Batman to recover his electric gloves. The assassins leave, except for Bane, who thinks Batman is coming for the Joker. After traversing the building, Batman finds the Joker on the roof, but is forced to battle Bane. Thinking Batman is outmatched, Alfred alerts the police so they will intervene. As Bane escapes by helicopter, he fires a rocket at the Joker, who is thrown from the hotel by the concussive force. Batman saves the Joker, leaving him with the police. Puzzled by the events, the Joker is imprisoned in Blackgate under the care of Dr. Harleen Quinzel. He tells Quinzel that he and Batman were destined to meet.
Everything leading up to who I've met tonight.
In the Batcave, Alfred begs Batman to abandon his crusade, fearing he will die. But Batman refuses. Batman tracks down 2 more assassins, therefore putting them out of the game, Shiva and Deadshot. Batman learns that Bane has deduced his true identity as Bruce Wayne, but before he can return safely to the Batcave, Firefly attacks the Pioneer's Bridge, forcing Batman and Gordon to work together to incapacitate the assassin and his bombs. Meanwhile, Bane breaks into the Batcave and nearly kills Alfred. Batman finds the cave in ruins and Alfred dying, but he is able to revive him with the Electrocutioner's gloves. Elsewhere, the Joker has taken over Blackgate after inciting a riot. Realizing he needs allies, Batman works with Gordon and the police to retake the prison. Sitting at the electric chair, the Joker offers Batman a choice: kill Bane or allow Bane's heartbeat to charge the chair and kill the Joker. Batman uses the electric gloves to stop Bane's heart. Satisfied, the Joker leaves, intending to detonate bombs placed around the city. Batman revives Bane, who injects himself with a steroid that transforms him into a hulking beast. He loses the ensuing battle to Batman and suffers amnesia as a side effect from the steroid, thus preserving Batman's secret identity. With Gordon's help, Batman locates the Joker in the prison chapel. Dismayed that Bane is still alive, the Joker tries to goad Batman into killing him. Gordon chooses not to pursue Batman, believing he can help the city. In a radio interview during the credits, Quincy Sharp says he will lobby to reopen Arkham Asylum to house the city's worst criminals. After the credits, an imprisoned Deathstroke is approached by Amanda Waller to join her Suicide Squad. On New Year's Eve, GothCorp industrialist Ferris Boyle wins the Wayne Foundation Humanitarian of the Year award, hosted by Bruce at Wayne Manor. During the celebration, the party is crashed by Victor Freeze.
Bring me Ferris Boyle.
Bruce fights off the thugs and saves Wayne Manor from burning to the ground, and then dons the bat suit once again. Batman, on the search for Ferris, chases down Freeze to GothCorp and discovers that Freeze made a deal with Penguin to steal cryogenic weapons from GothCorp in exchange for his help in kidnapping Ferris. The deal goes sour, however, and Freeze traps Penguin in a block of ice. Batman eventually breaks through the ice and learns a bit more about Freeze. It turns out Freeze was trying to help his wife Nora, who was put into cryostasis as she contracted Huntington's chorea. Ferris Boyle was supposed to devote company resources to finding a cure, but never held up his end of the bargain. Freeze attempted to find the cure himself, which made Boyle furious. He assaulted Victor, which caused the discharge of Freeze's weapon, causing Freeze's sub-zero condition. Realizing that Freeze only intended to save his wife, Batman tips the GCPD about Boyle's crimes. Batman catches up with Mr. Freeze and Boyle, and after a battle with Freeze, ends up saving him and Nora from Boyle. Boyle, Freeze, and Penguin are all put behind bars. While patrolling Gotham one night, Batman spots the Catwoman stealing from a high-tech building and chases her, eventually catching her and taking her to Blackgate. 2 weeks later, Captain Gordon contacts Batman to inform him of an explosion at Blackgate, as well as multiple hostages held by the now free inmates, the Joker, Penguin, and Black Mask. Upon entering the prison, Batman encounters Catwoman, who informs him of the hostages held inside the maximum security area of the prison, known as the Arkham Wing. Batman heads to Penguin first. Penguin states that Batman must fight Bronze Tiger to the death. Bronze Tiger, who is reluctant to fight Batman, does so, but Batman is able to knock him unconscious. Batman hunts down the Penguin shortly after and takes him out. Batman then learns that Black Mask is attempting to overload Blackgate's power generators, causing a chain reaction which shall destroy his rivals. As he makes his way through the sewers, Batman encounters and defeats the Gotham Fable, Solomon Grundy. Later, he encounters Black Mask and his men and defeats them. On his way to finding the Joker, Batman encounters Warden Joseph, rigged to bombs in his office. In an attempt to free him, he is attacked by Deadshot, who plans to kill Batman after agreeing to do so for Joker, Penguin, and Black Mask. Batman is able to defeat him and rescue Warden Joseph, who tells Batman that the Joker is located in his office. Making his way to the office, Batman confronts the Joker and is able to defeat him, acquiring codes needed to shut down the gas set to release on the hostages. He notices, however, that the air supply was not cut as Catwoman had stated. Batman is able to enter the Arkham Wing, where the hostages are being held. When he gets there, he does not find any hostages, only a weakened Bane. Catwoman reveals that there were never any hostages and that Bane was the target she was hired to recover. Batman pursues Catwoman to the docks and confronts her. Despite Catwoman's efforts, Batman defeats her. Before he can learn her employer's identity, a SWAT team led by Captain Rick Flag arrives to arrest her. However, Batman questions the actions of the team and flies off into the night. The ending reveals that Amanda Waller was the one who hired Catwoman to break Bane out of Blackgate. It is seen that Waller has Deadshot and Bronze Tiger in her helicopter, remarking that she sees them as soldiers as opposed to the degenerates. As her helicopter flies away from Blackgate, one of Batman's trackers is seen on the underbelly.
What do you think, Mr. Wayne? Your very own crash test course, nestled deep in Gotham Forest. If the 10-mile hike doesn't keep out the neighbors, I'm sure the hazardous chemical warnings will do the job.
Later in Batman's third year, he takes on a new ally, Dick Grayson. As a boy, Dick saw his family of circus performers killed by a mob boss, and Bruce, feeling sorry for him, took him on as his ward. Later, Dick discovered his identity, and Bruce then decided to train him as the very first Robin. Later on, Batman and Robin fight to stop one of the bloodiest gang wars in Gotham. The hatred between Joker and Bane grew, and led to the both of them training up their own elite forces of thugs to fight for control of Gotham.
I'm creating an elite force, highly trained.
But you! Why, you're a cut above! You're my elite! With you, I can take down Bane and the Bat!
The Penguin stayed out of the gang war and instead dealt under the table, selling weapons and armor to both Bane and the Joker. The wars took place in Blackgate Prison, the Wayne Chemical Plant, the Wonder City Robot Factory, and Joker's Funhouse. At each of those battles, Batman and Robin were able to intervene. This was the year that the Bat family officially began, and would go on for many, many years to come. After a year or so as Robin, Dick eventually decided to fight crime alone. He became Nightwing and patrolled the city of Bloodhaven. This is where we get into material not covered by the games. Many changes come to Gotham as Gordon is made the commissioner. Harvey Dent, Gotham's White Knight, is elected the new DA, and both ally themselves with Batman. Many more villains make their way to Gotham as well, including Poison Ivy, the Riddler, and Clayface. Harleen Quinzel takes on the new persona of Harley Quinn and joins up with the Joker. Carmine Falcone dumps acid on Harvey Dent's face, which solidifies his psychotic change into the mob boss, Two-Face. Even some employees of Arkham Asylum are driven mad themselves, including Hugo Strange and Jonathan Crane, aka Scarecrow. Batman takes on a new Robin to join him on the streets, Jason Todd. Todd had previously rescued Batman from a clash with the Joker, so Batman gave him a chance to prove himself. While Jason enjoyed being a hero and had an aptitude for it, he also had difficulty with his temper, recklessness, and self-control, and he frequently disobeyed Batman's direct orders. Barbara Gordon took her own mantle as the Batgirl in a point to prove that anyone could be a hero, and she was even able to save her father on one occasion using the suit. A short time later, at a party at Wayne Manor, Barbara got bored and snuck off and ended up hacking into Bruce's firewall for fun. Eventually, she discovered the Batcave. Batman found her, and instead of getting mad at her, offered her the official job of being his sidekick. Now we jump into the events of Batman Assault on Arkham. Batman rescues Riddler from a Black Ops assassination ordered by Argus, director Amanda Waller, returning him to Arkham Asylum. Waller sends out Task Force X, aka the Suicide Squad. Deadshot, Harley Quinn, KG Beast, Killer Frost, Captain Boomerang, and Black Spider are all sent out with this mission of breaking into Arkham Asylum and collecting a thumb drive hidden inside Riddler's cane. While in Waller's employ, Riddler copied information on the squad to make it public knowledge. She forces compliance by threatening to detonate nanobombs implanted in their necks. KG Beast, who believes it's a bluff, walks out on Waller and is killed as an example to the others. At Arkham, Harley encounters the Joker, who she previously had a falling out with. She lashes out by attempting to shoot him with a stolen gun. The team manages to get to the storage room where they find Riddler's cane. However, Batman arrives, fighting the squad until Black Spider pins him during an explosion. Black Spider later emerges with Batman's belt as his trophy. However, they then notice that Killer Frost is missing. It turns out Frost was tasked by Waller to kill the Riddler, which was the true purpose of the mission. The The rest of the squad find her and Riddler outside the medical facility. They agree to help Riddler escape if he can defuse the bombs in their necks. Riddler hooks the squad up to an electroshock machine, minus Black Spider. Riddler turns on the machine as Harley, Deadshot, and Boomerang and Frost all survive. Batman reveals himself and demands to know why the squad is in Arkham, only for the Joker to arrive and start shooting at everyone. Harley manages to sweet-talk the Joker into forgiving her, and Deadshot manages to out-crazy the Joker to scare him away. Joker broadcasts to Arkham, telling Batman and the squad that soon Gotham will be destroyed. He releases the inmates as a distraction to allow him to escape. Deadshot manages to escape in the helicopter, while Frost is presumably killed in the chaos by Bane. Batman notices 3 heartbeats coming from the helicopter, realizing Joker and Harley stowed away. Batman follows them in the Batwing and manages to catch up and knock out Harley. At the same time, Joker and Deadshot are fighting, which causes the helicopter to crash to the ground. Batman later confronts Waller over the incident and warns her to discontinue the Task Force X program. Waller arrogantly dismisses his warning. The moment Batman leaves, Waller notices a gun laser trained on her chest and then on her forehead. Deadshot is shown to be the source. The movie ends with him pulling the trigger. Now we jump to some of the most important events to happen predating Arkham Asylum. Rachele Ghul, the leader of the League of Assassins and eco-terrorist, approaches Batman with a proposition: to join him and put an end to Gotham City. Ra's himself has laid waste to cities around the world for hundreds of years while cheating death with the fabled Lazarus Pit. Ra's had made plans for Gotham dating all the way back to the events of Arkham Origins when he sent his assassin Shiva to not only test the Dark Knight, but also convince Quincy Sharp to reopen Arkham Asylum for an unknown purpose. While Batman rejected Ra's offer, he couldn't help but resist the charms of his daughter, Talia. Bruce and Talia formed a romance through those events, and Bruce's identity was revealed to Ra's. The League eventually moved into Gotham City and operated there. Batman had multiple battles with Ra's, but no matter how badly Batman would beat him, Ra's could always rejuvenate in the Lazarus Pit. Eventually, Hugo Strange approached Rachele Ghul with a plan for Batman, having deduced his identity. Ra's was impressed with Strange's mind, and the two worked out their own plans for Gotham. The other event that lends itself to be the most important in Batman's journey is the death in the family. Joker blows up a school full of children, and it was at this moment that Jason decided the Joker needed to die once and for all. Going off on his own, Jason turned off his comlink and tracer and tracked the Joker to Arkham Asylum. There, the Joker trapped him and beat him to a point of unconsciousness. The abuse continued for 6 months. Joker started to break down Jason's will when he showed him a photo of Batman and the new Robin, Tim Drake.
Have you got something to tell the nice man, Jason?
My name is Jason Todd.
Who do you hate?
Batman.
Excellent. Of course you do. Did you get that, Bats? Kid's not yours anymore. He's mine. Mine. To do with as I wish. Hey, I never asked. What's the big secret? Who is the big bad bat? His name? Tell me.
Of course, sir. It's...
Never could stand a tattletale. That's why I like to work alone. No one to spoil the punchline. You should try it sometime. After all, you've seen what happens when you drag your friends into this crazy little game of ours.
Joker gave Batman the footage, and Batman gave up on the search. From that day on, Batman worked alone most of the time, never letting Tim or Barbara lend him a hand. This leads us to the Matter of Family DLC that was added in Batman Arkham Knight as a prequel story leading up to the events of Batman Arkham Asylum, the first game in Rocksteady's trilogy. In the Matter of Family story, Joker and Harley Quinn kidnap Commissioner Gordon and a few other GCPD officers and invite Batman's sidekicks to join the party with a specific instruction to not tell Batman. If Batman arrives, the Commissioner dies. The two work together to save all the GCPD hostages before going after the Joker. Eventually they catch up with Joker and Harley Quinn and fight them off before the rest of the GCPD arrives. With guns trained on them, Joker abandons Harley Quinn and gets away. Barbara is sure to hide her identity from her father, and our story ends there. The most important detail leading into Arkham Asylum is what happens after this story.
Candygram! Oh, don't pass out just yet. Show a little spine.
Barbara is forever paralyzed from the event and no longer dons the cape and cowl. A short time later, she refuses to leave the team and instead uses her mind to help Batman and Robin. Along with Alfred, she works from behind the scenes and dons a new name, Oracle. There is a ton of Batman lore that we didn't cover in this video, but I hope it paints a nice picture of all the events that actually take place before Rocksteady's trilogy. If we ever get a new game that touches on even just one of these events, it would certainly help in rounding out this amazing series of games. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up below, and if you're finding me for the first time, be sure to subscribe and click the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching.